I want to catch up more and stuff. I don't know, I need a standardized intro for these videos. Probably mention that it's the July edition. Yeah, I really need to come up with a better intro. Either way, my backlog is dangerously thin, and it's been the prerequisite minimum of 3 videos since the last vlog, so you know what that means? Well, yeah, because you're already watching it. Duh. I think I'm the type of person, the closer I get to disaster, the more efficient and better I am at achieving my goals and getting videos out. My last video, for example, Learning Chinese Part 3, is actually one of my, in my opinion, better videos. I think my narration was a lot more spirited and interesting to listen to, and lent itself to some nice small gags. The custom drawings struck a nice balance between good enough quality, but also simple enough that they didn't take too long to draw, though that one of me getting beaten up by the Duolingo owl was probably a bit risque. And best of all, once I actually finished the script, I managed to get all the major editing done in a single night, in around about 4 to 5 hours. That meant that I could add the music, the credits, export, and upload the next day, giving me just enough space to breathe for my next one. Oh, the thumbnail too. I actually had 2 ideas for the thumbnails, and went with the second one. The design for the first one I'll keep in my back pocket for a later Chinese video that's better suited to the visual. I think it turned out really nicely as well. That's enough bragging. What else has been happening in video production land? Well, I've actually become a bit more free getting new stock images and videos. There was this brief period where I tried to not get any more, but that often made editing a bit harder as I tried to find the least bad match for any given thing I was saying. That being said, iStock is still taunting me whenever I can't find a suitable image. The hardest one of late was that auctioneer in the last video. Like, seriously, there was nothing better than that, and meanwhile iStock is advertising exactly what I wanted. It's too cruel. Last video also showed off my latest background track, one I'm actually really happy with. I've stalled in creating new background tracks for a while, and I had started producing one before the current one, but something just wasn't entirely clicking. I was also in a bit of a jazz hip-hop vibe after going through another Jazz Liberators listening phase, mortally bored on by the chill banger of the Spy Family ending tune. This sent me down a minor rabbit hole of getting a basic understanding of more hip-hop vibe chords, which I think I incorporated pretty well into a first attempt. I've been thinking of making a branch channel for the background tracks, but then I remember that none of them are actually high enough quality to be released by themselves. And I mean that literally. The sound quality isn't amazing when it's in the forefront. I'm still recording background tracks the exact same way I've been doing since the beginning, which I detailed in my Creating a YouTube video series. I've got some thoughts about potentially grabbing some equipment so that I can get the sound directly into my computer, but maybe that'll be its own one-off video or something. We'll see. Alright, time for goal talk. I'll mainly skip out on Chinese for the moment since that was just the last video, but I did do some rough calculations for Duolingo completion, and it seems like I'm going to extend that goal into probably midway into next year. That number is based off what I said last video of aiming to get a new topic into its new stage every week, a much slower pace than anticipated. And with over 40 topics to go, well, yeah. On the plus side, this will grant me more flexibility in regards to what I can do for Chinese learning. I've been so focused on the Duolingo side of stuff that I haven't really taken the opportunity to explore and take time for other learning options. That starts with watching the stuff that I mentioned in the video. Oh, and on the sticky note front, I've made 20 so far. I'm getting them done faster than I thought since I do at least 1 or 2 each lesson. Maybe I should increase that up to 200. Let's touch on voice acting next, because that will be my next video. Or at least I want to make it my next video. The real problem is that I don't really have 10 minutes of script for it. I've applied for more than the amount of roles I said I was going to apply for, and I got accepted for 2 of them, which is super exciting. The main issue is that the parts of the projects that I'm accepted for, all 3 of them, aren't ready for me yet. For all 3, I'm waiting on the script, so I can't actually talk about doing the voice acting yet. I was already a page through the script when I decided to switch to writing the vlog script, since after a page, I didn't think that I actually had enough content to fill out a 10-minute minimum video, not without stretching it out like an essay trying to reach the minimum word count. I was planning to make it on the application process for roles, but Casting Cold Club makes it so easy that there's not really that much to write about. There's some other stuff relating to the voice acting plan that I'll talk about in the video, but otherwise, everything's going nicely. Having this vlog before the next voice acting video will give me the opportunity to apply for a couple more roles, which may give me something to talk about. I hope. Alright, let's talk about drawing and streaming together, because the two are very well linked. Why, you may ask? Well, streaming has been going pretty well. Yes, I'm still plodding away doing a weekly stream of Neo The World Ends With You, and that's pretty good. There was a guy who joined me for 2 of the streams, and it was fun having a back and forth. Though he did, though unintentionally, drop a minor spoiler or 2. Nothing major though, which I'm thankful. The story is a bit wacky, and I'm curious to see how it resolves. The main highlight though are the drawing streams. I really feel myself improving, and each jump in improvement comes when I do an odd stream. I'll go through this in more detail in the next streaming video, or should it be a creating an anime opening video? I'll think about that. Either way, my usual drawing streams are, as you may guess, drawing something. 90% of the time those stock images. However, my odd streams are more about analysis. And yes, I'm a complete amateur, unskilled artist doing analysis, I know. But I've always prided myself on having a somewhat critical eye, which is why a big part of this channel is putting that critical eye aside and creating my own work and releasing it in a timely manner rather than trying to perfect it. But that doesn't mean I've put it aside altogether. Instead, I've been putting it to use by actively analysing other things, and lately others' professional work. My first foray into an odd stream was head shapes. I had watched a few head shape tutorials and decided just to draw head shapes over and over and over again, critiquing each and trying to improve upon each iteration. As a result, I think my head shapes got better, and you could see the improvement happen in real time. Next was my long stream of trying every single critter brush that I had, which you can handily find on the VOD channel. I looked at each brush thinking about how and where I would use them, and it introduced me to some very handy brushes, some of which have completely changed the way I do my more detailed shading. But my favourite have been my last 2 when writing this script. I took some frames from anime, Komi-san Can't Communicate and Bakono, and broke down the faces. This meant colours, hair, face wireframe, shadow, and it was very enlightening. My next drawing stream is going to try and take those lessons I learned and apply them to an original image. I'll break it down more in my next drawing video for sure, all the lessons I've learned, so look forward to it. I also need to start learning how to draw bodies, so after drawing some stuff to cement those new lessons, that will likely be my next odd stream. With my updated skills in drawing, I think it's finally time to start creating the version 1 of my digital avatar. Yep, it's time to start turning myself into an anime boy. The horror. It also means that this character, this long-haired fellow that I've been using as my stand-in, won't be long for this world. Right now I'm only in the software investigation phase. I still need to design, draw and implement the character, so it'll still have a few months of life left. Not to mention I'll have to redo my relatively short-lived stream branding, but that's fine. This process is all about growing and evolving as my skills progress. That does mean I'll have to design a character though, and that's not something I know how to do, so yeah. I'm sure it's going to take me a while to create something that isn't just generic anime face type male. There's so much to draw and so little time. Except not really. I mean, I'd like to have it complete before this channel's 1-year anniversary, which gives me around 4 months. And that seems like a long time, but if I've learned anything so far in this channel, it's that stuff takes much longer than you think it will. Speaking of which, the wedding goal. No progress yet. I've filled out the calendar of dates and Honey and I are going to pick a few, a preferred and a few backups, but we really got to get a wriggle on. I also need to start working on that super secret project as well. I really need to get stuff out of my head and onto something tangible. Still no hint of what it will be, but I'll definitely make a video about it. Eventually. The final video that I hinted that I'd probably do sometime soon was owning a cat, or getting a cat, stealing a cat, something like that. We've had sweet little Nugget for a while now, and he's no longer a kitten for sure, so it'll probably be one of my next 5 videos, I think. There's just some minor pet owning stuff that I haven't actually done yet. It's not my fault, I swear, and I'll cover that in the video itself, but I want to kind of get it done before I cover the subject as a whole. Also, I need to get better at drawing Nugget because I'm gonna be drawing him a lot for that video. The simple Nugget drawing I drew ages ago definitely doesn't suffice. So yeah, things all in all have been going rather positively. Happy vlog. Yay! Struggling to write the next voice acting script notwithstanding. I guess I can wrap it up here. Another very short vlog, no real life stuff to mention. Work has thankfully calmed down, so I'm not overworking myself any longer, which is good because I don't have a video backlog if I still was. So I should take this calm period to crank out a few videos and build it back up again. I never know how to end these things, but either way, thanks for tuning into this vlog. I hope you enjoyed the music, which I have no idea what it's going to be. I mean, as I'm writing the script, I really don't know. I could just try fiddling for the whole duration, but that could potentially be disastrous. I'll figure it out somehow. If you've got any requests for me trying to ad-lib something, if I try to piano cover Disney, will the copyright bots come for my head? Well, leave your suggestions down in the comments. Subscribe to see my next videos, and the more people along for the ride, the better. After all, it's we attempt new things, not I attempt new things. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a fruitful day.